Hello, America. How you doing today? Especially the people of the state of Tennessee. It's me again, David Schuster, running for U.S. Senate. My views on the Ukraine, situation, that fiasco. Okay, well, a lot of the UN is deep state world powers, more or less. That's what I call them anyway. But I go like this for quotation marks. And you know, the Bidens, they're very corrupt. So I'm going to bring up some things about them too in this that a lot of people didn't take in consideration is also George Soros with this situation, which is I believe the main player in this whole thing, really. But the news, the communist news we have here, they didn't say anything about it because he's a communist. So George Soros, I'm talking about. So he's an admitted communist. So it's no big deal. Okay, I'm gonna probably when I see I'm gonna speak about George, I'm gonna probably bring up Greece too. Okay, so let's start. It's the reason why I feel Joe held the $1 billion or so from Ukraine to get rid of the AG Attorney General is because a lot of people haven't said this, but the AG was investigating Burisma, okay, which Biden's son was on the board, and also John Kerry had a son on the board. But John Kerry's son dropped off of it before I think all this started. And Kerry's another story. Let me tell you, that guy. Oh. Okay, so the AG was investigating, that company with Biden's son and why what was going on with them and stuff because it's run by the communist side and stuff, and he was trying to clean his country up. But then you got the Democrats saying that he was corrupt, and they use the EU, which is corrupt because they're the New World Order also, or deep state, and they all wanted him gone because he was also, besides investigating Burisma and stuff, he was also investigating George Soros because George Soros been doing some stuff in that country that he didn't like. So I think it actually really wasn't the Burisma aspect. I believe it was a George Soros aspect that Biden went and got rid of the AG there so that he wouldn't be able to investigate George Soros and his son, of course. That both of those factors. So George Soros is a bad actor. He's been banned from 5 countries in the world. And that main reason why that came about was because of Greece. Remember a few years back, Greece was having financial issues. It seems they had bought a lot of the arm debt from the US. The arm is the loans that are variable rate loan type thing. It's mainly been put in place for investors, but the builders were giving it to people where the way it works on the arms is you pay not even your full interest per month the first year or two. That gets tacked on to the principal. And then after a couple of years, it goes up to where you're paying the interest, but no principal. And then it goes up a couple of years after that again, where you start paying part of the principal with the interest. And by then, the people can't afford the loan anymore. It's mainly set up for investors that are going to invest in a property, build the house and stuff, and or flip a house, flippers also, and so they don't pay even all the interest in the beginning. so they can get the repairs done or whatever with that loan and turn around and sell it and then yet make the loan go away by paying it all off, including what interest had acquired prior to that. That's what an arm is all about. But they were giving it to people that really shouldn't even have qualified for it. And that's why the houses started, markets started crashing and everything. And it all started back in '05, like I mentioned before, because my business there started going bad in '05 because I was in construction, new construction, mainly residential property was my bread and butter there. And then the illegals really messed it up too. So, the aspect of the framing industry. And I noticed up here in Tennessee, they're messing it up here too now. So I see a lot of them working up here now, and I guess they're all over the country. So back to George Soros. So George Soros, and like a lot of billionaires, which is one reason why I don't really like the stock exchange, is they have so much money they can manipulate things real bad, and that's what George Soros did. Greece went under financially because of George Soros, and so they banned him from that country. And plus, there's a couple countries I believe in Africa he's banned from and stuff because they have so much money, and this is with my point here with the stocks. Remember, not too long ago, last few months or whatever, because of this coronavirus and everything, the stocks were going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And they go down 600, they go up 600, they go down 2,000, they come back up 15, 1,600. But the main thing behind that is all these rich guys like Warren Buffett and George Soros and all them. They play the market, and they play you, the people that have money invested in the market. Because what they do is they they go and they will sell off all, because they got billions and billions of dollars. They'll go and sell off like $500 million worth of a stock, and people start to freak out. Oh, it's what's happening to this stock? It's going down. It's going down. So they all start selling their stock because it's going down in price. And then when it gets down to a certain point, the billionaires go, okay, buy it back. In the meantime, they're buying it back at a low price, and then it starts going back up. So by them playing it that way, they probably make another $1 billion or something, or 500 million or $1 billion or whatever. If they get rid of 500 million, they've gotten out where it was high, and then it gets low, and they buy it back, and then it goes back up. They made money from when they bought low before. Then it goes back up. They made money again. They sell it again. It goes back down. Everybody freaks out. It goes down. They buy it back. It goes back up. It's a game to them. It's just a game. Meantime, it's screwing everybody out there. And the Bidens, like his son there, he got millions of dollars, and I think that was, that Burisma company ended up getting something from what I hear is like 23 to $25 million of that $1 billion that Biden was holding, and that was just kind of the kickback to his son to go. Biden can't. If you're in office, you can't take no gifts or anything like that. So that was, back into his family more or less, and he'll get some of that money that his son got paid and stuff. It all goes into the family trust more or less, and just like his brother, which a lot of people, I guess, just forget about. His brother, with the Iraq War, why here it was like 6 months prior to the money in this program coming out where they wanted a company to be able to build 1,000 houses or so for the Iraqis over there in Iraq, and it was a $1.5 billion grant fund type thing, and to go and help the Iraqis. And Joe's brother started the company up, and I believe he actually went to the White House and started the company up there with Joe and stuff. And he ain't never built a house. From my understanding, he ain't built a house. Ain't no one living in a house over there from that. $1.5 billion. And then, Biden's son got the freaking $1 billion from China too. So That's one big corrupt family. And that's one thing I want to stop when I get in office. I don't think any family members, not the politicians' parents, brothers, sisters, their kids, or the cousins should be able to make a bogus company just to get grants from the government. You know, no one's mentioned this neither. Barack Obama did that book deal after he got out of office, and he got like what was it, $46 million or something like that. And the company that was a kickback because he ain't never wrote a book yet. I don't know if he's ever planning on writing a book, but the company that paid him that money has gone under because it was just a fake company because they had that the Common Core. That's what it was. There was a company that got a contract to do the books, a printing company to do the books for the Common Core. All that crap they want to try to fill our kids' heads full of that really ain't no good. And that was a like $450 million contract, I think, or something like that. So that company made this little side company that Barack got the book deal with, and they backdoored the money back to Barack that way. All that stuff's got to stop. It's our tax dollars that are doing all this stuff, and the politicians are making themselves wealthy on it. So, Biden's been doing it, Barack did it. It's very corrupt, needs to stop. So that's why I want to get in office to help stop all that crap. I was going to say, the other word, be something or other. So, vote for me. There's a lot been going on. News ain't been telling you. No one knew about George Soros and that thing with the attorney general over there in the Ukraine because he was playing some games over there and stuff. And a lot of these billionaires are bad people because they're all pretty much Illuminati slash deep state slash New World Order or whatever you want to call these people. I believe a lot of them are behind this virus thing. So, I'm going to finish this now and say, God bless America, the state of Tennessee, and all you people out there, because we're all part of that. America. Need to get it back for the people. And I'll say it again because I do like you. I do like to follow it. And, so where we go one, we go all. Okay? You have a good day and take care.